Okay,
Hi.
you that would like to join the Zoom today, or been join the Zoom? Sorry, not today. Join the Zoom. Come join. Oh, Lord. I'm sorry. You're more than welcome to come join us anytime. We talk about everything. So just go to the description and there's a link there to my email. And yeah, just email me and I'll invite you. All right. So what's been
Hi
going
there.
on?
Oh, well, family stuff, busy doing the whole thing, just being being
Yeah,
with the family, all the stuff.
same
Living
here.
the dream. Exactly, living the dream. Well, that's pretty much it, isn't it?
It's weird because I feel like, yeah, how you said the whole autopilot thing, I feel like I'm just going along for the ride. I don't know. It just kind of things are just happening over here and it's like no one's doing it.
Exactly. It's exactly like that. Everything's just unfolding like dead on. It's what's happening. But there is noticing of
Yes.
what's unfolding, like how when contrast comes up, like a family member difference of opinion or whatever. um right now I'm like still kind of interested, at least this week, because everything's always unfolding and whatever comes up. But like I started, you and I talked about it, I've been listening to a lot of Abraham Hicks, and I was listening to the audio book of Ask and It Is Given, the book that her and Jerry wrote together. And I just, because it's so fascinating to me now, past the twin flame apparent journey and resonating with things and manifesting that we've been talking about. And one
Hmm.
of the things that came up in the audio in the book was that um there were like action steps. Apparently it wasn't called that, it was called something else, but basically action steps. And they said when you use the word hope, you're giving away some power there because you're hoping for it instead of manifesting it. You're saying I'm hoping it happens, so there's doubt in that word. And that made so much sense to me because I say that a lot. I hope this, I hope that. But what they say is that when you say I know, you know what I mean? I know money's coming, or I know I already have it. Like
Hmm. Are you there? You froze.
I thought that is so true. Instead of I hope this happens, I hope so.
Yeah.
I did.
No,
Am I
you see me?
frozen?
No, no more. You're there. Am I frozen?
Uh-uh.
Oh. I get what you're saying. That's why with me, the one thing that I do, I always act like I have it already. So when I talk about something, I'm like, oh, I love that. I love how, I love how, like I was saying, like I love how I have lots and lots of money in the bank. I'll say that. Like I already have it. I love how everything always works in my favor.
Yeah, it's just
Right?
I didn't realize how much I still use I hope. Nothing wrong with
Yeah.
it. It's just I say that like out of, habit, conditioning. I hope so, or I hope that I hope that happens.
Yeah.
And then I caught myself doing it a couple times, not that anything's wrong with it, but I realized that and then when I say I know it is. I know that. There's
Yeah.
a lifting of energy when you say it, like a difference in saying I hope than I know it's coming, or I know I already know it. Like you feel like you already have it.
Yeah, we already have it.
And,
Yeah.
and it's amazing. One of the things they talk about after that is like how quickly, when you get into that energy, how quickly it starts to manifest when you're in the
Yes,
feeling of it already. And I think, we've talked about that, how true that is, how
it is.
money comes, or just in one of the cool ways that they talk about in the book is like how it just comes in so many different ways,
Different
ways you can,
ways.
and it's delightful, like it how it's just so, and it's fun, it's so fun to see it actually manifest. It's the law of attraction is a real thing. I remember thinking that having a lot of doubt about it, a couple years ago, as I was still journeying through, you know, the character, losing the character apparently, or whatever, and how it is now. How about you?
With me, it's been happening over here because I used to do it anyways. There used to be a time way, way, way back where I was to say, I want this, I want that. And after watching Abraham Hicks and realizing that by me saying I want, I'm acting like I don't have it. I'm acting as if I don't already have it. So one thing she did teach me was the love part. She said, when you say I love, it's more powerful because you're like, it's like, I love that. Like I always say, I love how, I love how I'm on the path of least resistance. I love how I am protected and safe. I love how I have good health. Like I would say all this stuff, and actually, I would see like it took longer though. I think because I was more in an expecting it, where now there's no expecting over here, there's nothing. I just say it, I let it go, and then all of a sudden there's this noticing of like, oh my goodness, like I walked up my stairs and there was like $1 bill on my stairwell, and I don't even know where it came from. Like you
Right.
said, it manifests in different ways. And that's one thing I noticed, like money will come to me and it may not be a large amount here, at once, but it comes in different ways. And it's
Yeah.
it's it's amazing how it happens. But the one thing I do use after I say it, like when I say, I love how I'm in good health. I love how everything works in my favor. And I'll go, it feels good, it feels wonderful, it feels amazing, it feels delightful. And then I'll go, thank you, thank you, thank you.
Yes,
But then I'll keep
I always
going.
say thank you. Especially
Yeah,
even if the little thing, and appreciation is the same vibration as love,
yeah,
according, to what
yeah,
Abraham teaches. And it's true. Like, and I noticed like I do that a lot anyway, but now I'm noticing that I do that because
yeah.
I'll like, if I notice that there's a lower kind of like, self-talk or whatever, it's, you catch it so much sooner now than, it doesn't go on and blah, 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 blah. You catch it quicker. And it's like, and then I'll open the window if I'm driving and I'll just smell the trees and the air. And then there's an
Yeah.
instant feeling of joy. Like one of the things that happened today that they talk about in the book also is that you get like, when you're really like in the appreciation vibe, like energetically, like sometimes you even get goosebumps. And I put a video on Facebook today and it was a silly one. It was just Jimmy Fallon had a guest on who was singing. He said he had, how Jimmy has fun things that he does on a show. And he
Yeah.
said, I want you to sing The Muffin Man, but you have to do it as Cher. Like,
I know. I've been
oh
watching. Yeah, I
my
think that's funny.
God. And I was dying laughing. And I noticed that I had goosebumps all over me because I was so filled with so much joy and happiness watching it. It was making me, it was so funny to me. And I was like, that's pure, you're connecting with source. So you are the, you're already source, but that's your source energy right there. True happiness and joy and what you truly are always outside of this illusion. And it's like when you're in that energy, it just feels so fun.
And when you are in that energy, that's the perfect time to say an affirmation. When you're
Yeah.
in that energy, because you're already like there, right? And you're feeling that high vibe, whatever. They say it's the perfect time, but we don't always remember to do that. But
Right.
sometimes I do. Sometimes I'll feel that high vibe come up, and I'm really just having a good old time and laughing. A lot of times with my granddaughter, like we'll be laughing, I'll be tickling her and just doing crazy
Right.
shit, and then all of a sudden I'll feel like, oh wow, this is the perfect time for me to say an affirmation, and then I'll say it. But I
Right.
don't let go of it. I'll just say it. That's all. I'll say it.
Right.
And then boom, I'll tell you what, not even like it comes so quick. And then I won't even remember that I even said that affirmation until later on. Like, oh wow, I said it. That really just happened.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But
It's so cool. I see butterflies every day, and I know that's, my son. And it's not me asking. It's him show, the energy
yeah,
of love and
that's so
appreciation.
crazy.
And there's always appreciation every day because I see him so much now. It's constant. And I'm always like, I don't have to say it out loud, thank you, but I'm inside, I'm saying thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. This is
Oh
beautiful.
yeah, I love that. Like if I see a rainbow or if I'm going down like a street, you know what's so weird? And I was telling someone this not too long ago. I literally, when I'm driving around doing my DoorDash and I'm driving past people, certain people's houses and stuff, certain houses, not all, I can literally see everything of what their house smells like, what it looks like. And it's like the ones that I do see, it gives me this feeling of like it's warm and it's cozy in there. You know what I mean? That sounds crazy, but I'm like, wow,
No,
their house is probably, I could see it, like how what it really looks like. And it's like just feeling that, it gives me that feeling. I'm just like, oh, I wish I could be there right now. That type of feeling because I could see everything. Certain houses, not all of them, like it's weird. I don't know. In the story, they call that psychic ability. I don't know what you call it really, but I can literally smell, see, and feel what some houses look like when I'm driving by them or even
oh, that
buildings.
makes sense. I mean, I was thinking about my parents' house the other day where I grew up, and the same apparent thing happened. I could smell, it was like it overcame me. I could smell the house,
Yeah.
my mom's perfume, the room, like all of it was, not only the memory, but all the smells were right there. And it was like tapping into whatever, I don't want to
Whatever.
say
Yeah.
the past, but it was like not only was the memory there, but all the smells and everything. It was so cool. And then I just went with it. There was no one stopping it and going, oh my God, I can't believe, it was just like it's
Yeah.
just unfolding and it's so cool.
Yeah, it is. And I never used to even have that ability to even do that, but now more so, like I can see. Oh, it's just weird, but and like when I see the numbers, or I see like I'll see like geese fly in a V shape, like they'll fly in a V shape, like over me, over my car, or I'll see them in a distance. And my granddaughter's gotten into it, and she'll show me before I even see. She'll go, look, Nana, look at the bird. She'll show me. And the moment I see all these things like numbers, whatever, I'll go, thank you, more, please.
Yeah.
And then I'll just keep going. And
Oh
then
yeah.
I will see more throughout it will be 10 times more than what I saw the first time.
Yeah. The
Even the
numbers are
numbers.
all day
Huh?
today. 43, 43, 43, 43. It was just, yeah, it's all day. It's always 11, 43, 11. It's every day, really. And some days I see more. And I think it's when I'm more tapped in,
Yeah.
apparently, more like neutral, the more neutral and energetically free that I feel, or the higher thoughts or whatever you want to call it, where I'm not in a lower energy, I see them more. It's just like bam, 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 bam. And it's so cool. Like, yeah, I love the numbers. I love them. And there's always this, wow, cool. Like there's always an appreciation every time, just because for me, it just reaffirms that whatever, there's just a nod. I feel like it's a nod every time. How you doing? We're here. How you doing? It's
Yeah.
not that there's any we separation energetically. I feel like I'm in the zone. The vortex.
The vortex. I know. I've been listening to Abraham Hicks, and it's so funny. I always listen to her before I go to bed. And I end up falling asleep to her voice.
Yeah, me too.
Matter of fact, when I first started watching her, me and John, we would go on little vacations here and there to the ocean. And we ended up going to Seaside, and we're in we sleep in the same bed when we
Yeah,
go on vacations because neither one of us want each other. We
yeah.
both
Why
like
not?
the same
It's friends.
sex, you know what I mean? So like we're friends, and we end up getting the same bed, and I used to put her on, and he can't stand any type of noise. And I left her on all night. And he was like, "Jeez, I Shannon." He reached over me and turned. I said, "What are you doing?" I said, "Don't do that." I said, "I love her voice." And he goes, "I don't give a damn. I can't sleep." He said, "I ain't manifested shit, but my misery."
Oh, that's what you pause are for.
Yeah, but yeah, that was my go-to right there. Her and Anna Brown, boy, they were like my go-to. I used to love listening to both of them. But you know, I was gonna mention, oh, another thing I manifest. So I don't know if you ever heard of these people, but I don't know if you can see, but they're called it's called tea light, party light. What is it called? But they,
Oh,
you know what I'm talking about? You ever heard of them? You can set people
yeah,
like, huh?
the candle people,
Yes, they're called
party light.
party lights.
Yes.
I love the way their candles smell. And it's so funny. I have been smelling that when I go to deliver, some people will open up they'll have that candle. I'm like, God, I just love that smell. And sure enough, my mom asked me to come. I was going home. I had left her house and she said, come back, Shannon. I said, why, Mom? I'm halfway down the street. She goes, just come back. I got something for you. Had no idea that I wanted these candles. Sure enough, she goes, come here. I got something for you when I got in the house. And she pulls out two of them, two big ones. It says, these are yours. And I said, Mom, I've been wanting these candles. And she goes, oh, have you? Because you know, she's English. Oh, have you? And I go, yeah. She goes, well, here you go. And I was just like, wow, that's just, you know, because I didn't really put it like it was a feeling of
But
wanting
that's
that
it.
smell.
It's not from the mind, it's from the heart. Like
Yeah,
from whatever this is, the
yeah,
intuitive or whatever, but the energy's out there. You know that you want it, but you don't I don't you're not saying I want it. You just
yes,
it's a feeling and then it's given. It's
yes,
asking you is given. Like that's even with the book that Abraham wrote was that asking it is given. And it's, it really a couple years ago, like I said, I got it here, but I wasn't here yet. And now that it's here, it all just makes so much sense. It's
yes,
like the law of attraction's already, it's not separate for anyone. It's always available to because there's always abundance available. The entire world could have it. It's just the
yeah.
mind that gets in your way, and the feeling of lack that you don't have it is what causes it to be farther away from you. But it's if you can just if there's a way, I don't know. I don't
It's
that
like you're
that's
already it.
you're
You're already
already it.
there.
You already
You're
have
already there. Yeah,
you already are everything you could ever want,
yep,
everything outside. What is it Rumi says? Everything you want, you already are, something like that, the poet.
yes. You're
But it's
already it.
so true. The mind just gets in your way and lies the fucking lies that the mind will tell. But and that's not a judgment. It gets the mind can be your friend, but you has to be like tamed on some level, you know.
Yeah. That
Uh,
narrative's still there, that
the
constant
narrative,
chitter
yeah.
chatter.
And it's a process. Even Abraham says you can't get there from there. What she means is you can't be in the lowest vibration and jump to a high one. It
No.
has to be a smaller thought and a smaller to get. There's no. She says it's next to impossible. That makes sense because if you're really angry and you're very upset and no judgment there, but you're not going to get to a higher vibration energetically by just thinking about it instantly. It doesn't work that way.
It's so funny because that's how mantras work for me. Like when I start to feel that real low vibe, immediately I'll recruit to a mantra and I'll forget I'm even saying I'll say it and then forget to say it. And right there, that shift had already happened.
Right.
As I'm not thinking about that narrative that was playing in my mind, the darkness, hey, stop it. Either come out or stop. God, he's over here cussing me out. It's my bird.
Oh.
Crip. You don't hear him? But anyway,
uh,
but
Part.
yeah, so yeah, when I say the mantras, immediately I don't know, it's weird. Like I'll say it and forget to say it and not even realize that the shift had already happened because I'm not even thinking about the narrative that was playing over and over again in my mind, that darkness. It just kind of fades out. Because I'm when you're
Yeah.
saying that mantra, it literally, you end up focusing on that. You're saying what
Well,
you, huh?
where your energy goes, your where your mind goes, your energy
Yeah,
flows.
yes. And I'll be like, I'll either say, I'm sorry, please forgive me, thank you, I love you. I'm sorry, please forgive me, thank you, I love you. I'll keep just saying that over and over again. Or I'll say, you are love, you are light, you are all that is. You are love, you are light, you are all this. And I'll just keep on saying it. And then eventually I'll just forget to say it. And then I'm not even thinking about what was even going on. And then all of a sudden I'm in that energy of you know what I mean?
Neutral peace.
Yes. Yes. And that's not like I say, affirmations all the time, because I fucking don't. I really don't. I mean, I have to actually, it has to just come up. It just happens, really.
Yeah.
It just
Yeah.
happens. Um, there's no explanation to why it even happens, but it does. There's no explanation to why anybody does anything that they do. It's just happened. I was laughing in the traffic today because I'm watching all these cars go by and the people sitting in them and stuff, and I'm like, they're just doing that. It's like that's just happening. I was
Hey,
like, there's nothing behind it doing it. Huh?
just living their lives.
Yeah, they're just, it's just energy doing what it's doing. And like, even with me, I was in the car with Janae, my daughter, and I went over a damn curve turning around. I've been really messy in the car lately.
Oh, me
I don't
too.
even think I should
Weird.
be driving. Yeah, it's weird. Like, what the hell? Like, I don't, it scares me almost. I'm
Yeah, it
hitting
does get a little
curves.
strange because it just feels like you're, since there's no one there anymore, it feels like this autopilot. And yeah, I mean, I drove today, I drove the 3 hours back from my daughter's house. And like I said, it's like it almost is like it's 4 hours. Like it instantly happened. I was home before I knew it. There was no one driving. I don't even, I could never in the last few months can tell you anything that really happened on the road. I don't remember.
Yeah.
There's no memory. It just happens. You're driving and you're changing lanes and you're signaling and you're turning and you're home. It's just like, I mean, I'm listening to Abraham or I'm listening to music or whatever, and I'm watching what I'm doing. It's not that, but there's just no one doing it. And it just, I'm instantly home. It feels like no time went by. It just, there's no sense of time anymore at
None,
all.
not at all. Because Yasmin was telling me, she's like, I need a time. She's like, I need a time to know what time we're gonna do it. And I'm like, I don't even know, man. I can't even, I can't even, I don't pay attention to time that much anymore.
No,
It's hard for me to even say time, because
I
she was
was at
gonna
my
join us.
daughter's house. Go ahead.
No, I was saying she was gonna join us today, but we didn't do it till 4 o'clock. But she said she wants to do one tomorrow. But yeah, I'm just not good with time anymore.
I was at my daughter's house because I had to stop over there, and my dog's got an ear infection. I knew I had some medication over there. I can tell that his ears bother him. And so I said, "Oh, I have a couple hours. Let me go see the baby." And I know I wanted to be back here by like 6:30, right?
Yeah,
Tried to leave there at 6:30, be here by 7 my time. And like we're eating dinner, I'm playing with the baby. I'm not even thinking about it. Like it's not even
yeah,
like a thing. The old me would have been like looking at my watch, and I'm out
yeah.
on a walk with them and everything. And then all of a sudden I go, "Hey, what time is it?" They're like 6:21. I'm like, "Oh, I gotta head back to your house." So we had, to turn the walk around and get back. But it's like the old me would have been looking at the character would have been looking at the watch and concerned about, oh my God, I'm gonna be, and it's like, oh no, there was nothing. It was like, oh, okay, I'm gonna be, not this feeling of like I'm gonna be late or any of that. Just like, oh, I have to, in order to get back there at this time, apparent time, I'm gonna have to leave by this time. But there's no like
Yeah, you don't think about it.
freak
Time.
out or
You're just flowing.
nothing.
You're just
Yeah.
flowing is what you're doing. You're not even. Yeah, just going
Yeah.
with the flow of things.
And you know what happened the other day that you talked about? I was sitting there talking to my daughter at the
Uh-huh.
pool with the grandkids. And I'm in the middle of talking about something, and I was like, I was a that.
Right?
That exact thing that happened to you the other day, like the words, but blah 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 blah. I was like, I started laughing. I said, "I'll get my friends talk about this," and I know that it's like that, but I did the exact same thing. I went, blah blah blah.
It's
I
still
was
happening
dying.
over here. It's still happening, and if I feel like It's like you're talking, but you're saying things. Everything's coming out wrong. It's not coming out the way it's supposed. It says I can't even explain it. You
I don't
know
want
though.
people I don't want people to think like you lose your mind after realization or anything. It's not like that.
But what is
It's
it
just
then
that
though? What is
you're
that?
not
Why?
you're not I just for me, I think it's just that you're everything is happening so dead on, or what's the other thing you guys say it as it unfolding just like that? Um that you're not thinking of your words. Like the character used to think that it had control, so it was thinking of the words that it was going to say. But the fact is, they're just coming out. And so without the character to sit and police everything, I think it's just you're so more. It feels like you're more energetic now than character. Do you know what I
It's
mean?
very spontaneous.
It's very spontaneous. So it's not like you forget how to speak. It's not like that.
It's just you're
I mean,
stumbling over your words. You're
yeah. I know. My daughter looks at me good. She's like, "Did you have a stroke?" And I just started laughing. I was like, "No, I haven't had no damn stroke. I just couldn't get out my words." But I mean, I don't know. Maybe we did that before and didn't notice. I don't know. But now it just seems noticeable and funny. You
It
say
is. It's
things
very
like whatever
noticed.
comes out of your mouth just comes out. Like I don't even know what
Yes.
I'm gonna say. There's no thought. So it's just
Look,
whatever pops out of there is coming, and I apologize in advance if I say something that you don't like. But oh, there was a really mean lady at the pool the other day. She was so mean, like snippy. She was HOA or whatever at my daughter's pool. I mean, just nasty. And the thing is, I felt nothing while I was interacting with her. It was so neutral. I was just like, oh, okay, all right. And like her energy like was so mean and negative, but I didn't feel any type of way about her, like what a bitch, because she was being one.
yeah,
But I didn't feel like this anger toward her, which normally the character would have been like wanting to tell her off.
yeah.
It wasn't. I mean, not that that can't happen still, but there wasn't anything for her. It's like she wanted a reaction so badly, and she energetically she wasn't getting anything from me, and I wasn't being nice to be nice. I was just nice. You know what I mean? It
I
wasn't. There
get
was
what
no
you're
one.
saying.
There was no one doing it. I was just a nice, okay, all right, oh, okay, I understand, no problem. No, we'll clean up. It's okay. Like I, and there wasn't like a character being proud of itself for being nice either. That wasn't there. It was
No,
just niceness appearing.
that's what I get what you're saying because I was at the store and stuff and I had someone like yell at me and cuss me out and I couldn't even say nothing back. Like I just kept going. It was weird. I
Yeah,
just
the old
didn't
character
feel
would
it.
have
Just
fought.
didn't come out that way. I just was like I just took it off. Like I dusted off my shoulders and kept going. I didn't even dust off my shoulders. I just didn't. Nothing happened.
Nothing.
And it was like nothing to me. Like I just got in my car and left. I was going to tell you though, every time I'm in the car, my daughter's with me lately because the guy took her car.
Yeah.
So I'm fucking up constantly driving. So there was a cop in front of me. He was right here, and I'm supposed to go down this street. Down the street. Instead, I cut through the parking lot right, right diagonally. And my daughter went, "Wow, wow." She goes, "You did that, huh? You did that, huh, mom?" And I went, "I don't know. I don't know why I just did that. I didn't even know why I saw the cop. I was like, I don't even know why I just did that." She goes, "Yeah, that's about white." I said, "Excuse me." In front of you, Johnny. She said, "I know, but I'm just saying." I was like, "What?" I couldn't believe that. My daughter's a trip. Yeah, she said, "That's about white, mom." I was like, "What's that supposed to mean?" I said, "And what are
Listen,
you?"
there's no one doing it.
I know,
It's
right?
I triggered someone on Facebook the other day because I still like to sometimes post things that I preferred outcomes, you know what I mean, about politics or whatever.
Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah.
And he was so triggered. And the old character would have fought like hell with this guy. But all my responses were like neutral energy. And I mean, I liked what was written. There was a preference, but there was no ego attached to it. Like, I got you asshole. But it was just
Right.
explaining, like, just my side of how I felt about the issue. And he finally stopped, but I could tell he just wanted to fight and he wasn't getting what he wanted. I think the responses were very adult, I look back at what I wrote and I'm like, well, that was, not unkind, just my apparent truth, what I thought was right on the issue or whatever. But it
Yeah.
was weird that the old me would have been so mad
Yep.
about what he wrote and how ugly it was. And there was a lot of people commenting on what he wrote, but I was more nude. Not that I'm better. I just noticed it was different. Like there was no one here to invest in being angry at him, or like I was just like, I'm sorry you feel that way. Like that's there was no putting him down or anything.
It's like that. It's not your. It's not. You can't. It's like that energy's not there to argue and debate with people anymore. Like I can't even do it. I have
Yeah.
people on my reading when I do my readings and stuff. Like they'll wanna. They'll say a little smart ass shit sometimes, and I'll just leave it there. I don't even have the energy to even
You don't
come
have to
at them
validate
because I'm
it.
like, whatever. If that's, huh?
You don't have to validate who you fighting with. You'd be fighting
Right?
with yourself. You're fighting with yourself then, because it's the
Yes.
same. You're not. There's no separation anyway. It's just someone pretending to be someone else. So it's like I don't
Right?
even have to deal with it.
Exactly. I was just like, okay. No, I don't even say okay. I just kind of, I don't know. It's like I don't even want to call it ignoring. I don't know. I just don't. It's the more,
Don't respond, and that's progressive too. That's a process. Like
yeah,
because that falls off. Everything appears to start just like Anna Brown says it's like wearing armor, and then the pieces of the armor start falling off. I like
falling
that
off.
amount because that's kind of what it's, if you had to say it in a way that makes sense, then it is like pieces of they just and at the end of the day, you're naked and you're what you are,
Yeah,
but yeah, like you all still have to be in this reality, you still have to be in the illusion, but it's so much better, I think. You lose a lot. You lose a lot, but you lose the shit you don't need.
yeah,
Shit that isn't real, that you never fucking needed, that was never you. Sorry.
exactly. Exactly. It's crazy. Yeah. I know I with me over here, it's just I've noticed that there's really nobody doing anything and it's everything's just kind of happening. And where before there still was that person there that still, had like, I don't know. It's just so much different now. And
The
it feels
emotion.
like
Go
things are
ahead.
going by so fast. Everything's just so fast. The
Yeah.
days, everything.
Yeah. Just, and emotionally, have you noticed, like, I think we've talked about this too. The emotions seem to run higher. They're dead on. So it's whatever's happening. But like when anger comes, it's raw. Woo, but it's
Yes.
gone quick. When happiness or laughter comes, it's so full on. And like, and you are like me this way with the grandkids. Like my grandson was sick while I was there, and he was up all night throwing up every hour. And I was sleeping in my daughter's bed with him. He's 10. But I was worried sick. Like
Yeah.
I was very, very emotional and concerned about him being this ill. And I was like telling my daughter, well, should we take him to the hospital? She's like, Mom, he's got a stomach bug. And I'm just like, like,
Yeah.
make it better, make him better. Like I've noticed that more too, that I'm more emotional with the grandkids. Like if they're hurt or sick, I do worry. And I shouldn't. It's okay to worry, but I think it becomes so intense sometimes that I have to go, whoa, where's this coming from? What is this? It's over the top. I'm like, okay, stop.
Oh yeah, it's more intense now. It's more in your face because I know if I'm mad, I'm mad, and if I'm sad, I'm sad. If I'm happy, I'm happy. I mean, but lately it's just I feel like my life. I feel like I told my daughter the other day. I was like, I feel like my life isn't my life because I'm running around for everybody else but myself. I'm not doing nothing for myself.
Yeah.
So if
Yeah.
I'm not working, I'm helping her and and then with her with the kids, and then I finally got rid of my brother. Told him he can't come back over here no more.
Yeah. You have to self-protect.
Yeah.
Like protect your energy. That's one thing that Abraham Hicks talks about too, is like being in the energy of people and letting them suck you, pulled you in
Yes.
that negative. You don't have to ever, but it's hard when you're in it with people who are feel like they're physically sucking the joy out of you, or your happiness, and that's when you're totally allowed to be selfish, because what you have inside you give away. So you can't be love, and there's no judgment. But when you're in bad energy, or I don't want to call it bad, negative energy, you give that away because it's what's inside, you know what I mean? So by loving yourself, and that's taking care of yourself first, that only helps you with others, apparent others, you know what I mean? Like what you are, you give away. So when you're peaceful, happy, and neutral, you're emitting that energetically. And so yeah, take care of yourself first, always. And that's not
Yeah.
selfish. Well, it is selfish, but it's okay to be that selfish.
Yeah, it
Self-preservation,
is.
nothing wrong with it.
Yeah, no, and
100%. Try to make you feel bad about it, and
yeah,
don't accept that, because that's their shit.
that's exactly what, my daughter tried today. She was like, Mom, I need you to come out here and, help me with the kids. And I said, I can't today. I said, I worked and now I'm going home
I'm
and I'm going to
tired.
relax. Yeah. Because, doing what I do, it does mentally drain me because you're driving all day. You know what I'm saying? That's mentally wearing. So I told her, no, not today. I said, maybe
Oh, my
tomorrow.
daughter does that. I was there all
Yeah.
weekend helping. The baby,
Wow.
my 10-year-old's birthday party was Saturday, my grandson. I
Yeah.
had like packed the whole car with all the stuff, got all the goodie bags packed in the car, like all ready to go, because I know she's going to be late for her own funeral. I swear to God, this girl.
That's
Uh,
Jeanne.
Late for everything. And then I even went to Publix, picked up the cake, had everything ready to go. And then she has the balls to say, you haven't helped me at all. I just was like, let me make, not that there's an ego attachment. I said, but let me just tell you everything I've done so far. And if I hadn't done those things, you wouldn't be even close to on time for this
Yeah.
party. Because I was
Yeah.
telling her, we got to get in the car. We got to get in the car. We're going to be late. You can't be late for your own child's birthday party. We got to go. Well, you haven't been helping me. And I'm like, Memorial Day, I cooked all the food, like chicken, ribs, everything, pasta salad. I did it all. And I done that happily. I didn't do it for ego, and she did thank me. And I was out there barbecuing while everyone was having fun. And I was fine. I was perfectly happy barbecuing all the meat and stuff. But I was just like, oh, this girl that loves to say she doesn't get help. But that's on her. Like, if she doesn't see it, that's on
Yeah.
her. But I'm the
I
same with
told,
you. Don't ask
yeah,
me. I'm
yeah,
tired today. I'm not helping. And I'm okay with
exactly.
it.
They're quick to tell you what you're not doing.
I
Never
know.
what you are doing, but what you're not doing. She does the same thing. You don't do nothing for me. And I'm like, come on. I said, I'm not even trying to hear all that shit anymore. I said, it is not affecting me. It looks like we have a minute left.
What is this, Janice Jackson? What have you done for me lately? I'm like,
Yeah,
do you want the
right.
list? No, it's okay. But it's okay, because that's their stuff.
Yes, it is. It is. And I'm starting to realize that more and more now, you know.
It's their stuff. You don't have to own any of that.
But this was fun. I
Anyway,
enjoyed it.
me
We probably
too.
Monique wants to do one tomorrow. So if you want, you want
You
to
mean
hang
Yasmin?
out. Yeah, Monique, Yasmin. I get you guys so mixed up sometimes. Sorry.
Okay. We'll
All
do
right. And I'll
Okay.
get a hold of you. Probably around 4.
it. Okay.
All right then. Talk to you
Okay.
soon.
Okay.
See ya.
Bye.
Bye-bye.